Alright guys, what is going on everybody? My name is Daisy Viper and welcome to another PC build. It's been almost a year since the last PC build, but I'm back with a PC build, and as you can see from the title, it's the best gaming PC for about $1,600. And you're probably asking, why the fuck $1,600 and not $1,500 or $1,000 or $2,000? Well, that's actually because all the components pretty much add up to exactly $1,600. At least in my country. Which brings me to the next point. The prices can obviously vary from country to country. I just took the prices from PC Part Picker. There also is gonna be a link in the description to the build, which basically tells me the cheapest price, I guess. And what I want to say before I start the video as well is that this build doesn't include an optical drive, operating systems, monitors, or other periphery devices. So let's just get right into the video. So to begin with this build, we're gonna start off with the case. So the case we're gonna be using is the NZXT S340 Red Black ATX MIDI Tower case, which is available for a price of about $70. The case all in all looks really nice. It has a nice color, and it also has a nice big glass panel on its side in order to be able to see all your cool components. So that's it with the case. Let's move on to the motherboard. So what we're gonna be using is the Gigabyte GAX99 UD3P, which is an ATX LGA211 motherboard, because we're gonna be using an LG211 processor, but that's gonna be later on. So this motherboard actually allows you to put on a maximum of 64 GB of RAM and also a 4-way SLI. This motherboard costs about $170. Moving on to the processor, we're gonna be using an Intel Core i7-5820K with 3.3 GHz, and it's a 6-core processor. This processor, as I said before, is a LGA211 chipset processor, which means it's slightly bigger, so that's also why we use the older motherboard. This processor has a really good rating when it comes to price-performance ratio. It is available for a price of $370. Obviously, for your processor you also need a good cooling system. And for the CPU cooler, we're gonna go with the Corsair H60 Liquid CPU Cooler, which is available for a price of $60. Especially if you like gaming and maybe also editing videos, this CPU cooler cools your CPU down to the lower 30 degrees Celsius. And that free shipping though! So next up we have the memory. We're gonna use a G.Skill Ripjaw 5 series 16GB DDR4 RAM. This is available for a price of about $75. And obviously if you wanna have more than those 16GB of RAM, the motherboard makes it possible. So the next one is the storage. We're gonna be using a SanDisk SSD Plus 480GB SSD as the main hard drive for the operating systems and programs, and maybe the one and the other game. And this solid state drive is available for a price of $110 on Amazon. And I've also added a second hard drive, which is just a normal HDD with 7200 RPM, which is a Western Digital Carrier Blue 1TB hard drive, which is available for $50 on Amazon. And here's the moment you've all been waiting for, the GPU or the graphics card. We're gonna be using an Asus GeForce GTX 1080 with 8GB, which is available, and this is the most expensive part on the PC. As usual, this GPU is available for a price of $630. I know what you're thinking, $630 for GPU, why? Well, it is considered one of the best gaming graphics cards at the moment. So that's why I picked it for this ultimate gaming setup. You also can purchase a second one, a third one, or even a fourth one if you have the money, cause the motherboard lets you do it. And obviously last but not least, to power all these amazing components is the power supply. So we're gonna be using an EVGA Supernova NEX 650 watt Gold Plus certified fully modular ATX power supply. That name though. You can purchase this power supply for $80. And I think $80 for such a great power supply is not too much. It's not very cheap, but I think it's alright. So now that we have reached the end of this video, we have also reached a total price of $1,605.40. And just at the end of the video, another really quick tip for you. If you want to have a Skylake processor, I also have an option for that, of course, just to not that out on the really high-end builds. We have another motherboard, another CPU For the motherboard, you could use the MSI Z170A Gaming Pro motherboard, which is available for a price of about $140. So as the following processor for this build is also a LGA 1151 chipset CPU, obviously also the motherboard has to be a LGA 1151 motherboard. And for the processor, you could use an Intel Core i7-6700K. This processor is a Skylake processor, so one of the newer processors from Intel. It is available for a price of $340 on Amazon. So that was it for the PC build for $1,600. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope it helped you choose your PC. If it didn't, let me know. If it did, let me know. And always make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more videos, and as always, thanks for watching and peace out, guys.